Oh yes, honey. I'm here for thank you. You put my hair to shame.
So Sybil's a very sassy, smart fairy.
Yes.
Can you tell us a little bit about the character?
She's basically me. She is London Hughes in fairy form. She's very sassy, very in your face. She lives her best life. She doesn't care. She does what she wants. If she wants to be sneaky, she'll be sneaky. If she wants to be fabulous, she'll be fabulous. It was a dream to play this character because I didn't have to act. So yeah, she's basically me. She's a lot of fun. She's very promiscuous as well, also me. So yes, it was great playing Sybil the fairy. It was great. Bless her.
You're a very gifted comedian and writer.
Thanks,
how much? People have heard your work.
Thanks, honey. I tried.
How much of Sybil were you able to like write over, or did you have to like suggested lines?
It was all me. No. Felicia and Jonah were very, very collaborative. They let me bring my stand-up comedy chops to this role. So a lot of her one-liners are delivered in a perfect comedy timing, in a way that only a real comedian could execute. So I was doing a lot of that. There was so much improv. And because I'm British, I could tweak the character. There might be like something written in the script that was like Americanisms, and I could make it more Britishism. So I could have a lot of fun with her. And anything went with Sybil. There was nothing I couldn't do. So yes, there's things I say that I may or should not have said, but I said it anyway. So yeah, it was definitely just like me. It wasn't hard at all. It wasn't hard. I was not acting. Really wasn't. Yeah.
So working with such a diverse and talented cast, what was your favorite moment or memory from the recording session?
Oh gosh. We're working with Will Wheaton, and mine and his characters, we're in this weird little love thing. He's into me. I'm not that into him anymore, but I kind of like him, but it's a bit annoying. And like we have a lot of scenes where we're arguing, and I actually got to be in the room with Will at the time, and he was like in this booth across from me, and I could just see his little head poking up. So he'd be arguing and shouting like, ah, and I'd be shouting back like, ah. Then like I'd have an out of body moment like Will Wheaton's screaming at me, and what is my life? So it was very surreal, but yeah, that definitely stood out for me. And essentially all my scenes with Felicia and Laurel, it was just fun. It wasn't like working. It was just like hanging out with your bestie and just living the fantasy world. It was a lot of fun. I did not find the process taxing. I didn't find it like hard work at all. After every recording, I was like, when are we going for drinks? Why am I the only one that wants to go for drinks? Where's the party? I'm still upset that we didn't get a rap party, but apparently they don't do that for audio. I didn't know. But essentially, I had the best time, and yeah, there was no part of it that was horrible. It was all a joy. Yeah. No worries.
So we saw mentioned online that you are a former writer of Frasier fan.
Yes! Come on, research! Yes!
But you also mentioned in that panel that you hadn't really been part of fan communities in the past. Were you just like writing this by yourself?
Yeah, so when I was writing Frasier fan fiction, it wasn't called fan fiction. It was back in the day. It was just like a Thursday for me. It was like I would wake up, I must have been about 12, 11. This was before the term fan fiction had been coined. I'm 34 years old. It was a long time ago. I would wake up, watch Frasier in the morning before school, come home from school, and put myself into episodes of Frasier, and I would write them out, and I would play Denise, his adopted daughter, and me and Frasier, what we would do is, because I was his adopted British daughter, because I was British and very smart, he would use me to get the ladies, then I would date their sons. And that was the narrative of Frasier, the episodes I was in. So yes, I think that is very nerdy, but because at that time it wasn't called like Frasier fandom, like there wasn't those terminologies, so I didn't see myself as part of the community, but now you've reminded me, I am part of the fan fiction community, and I loved it. I also used to write myself into episodes of the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. I wrote a 3-part episode arc where I played Ashley, Will's sister. I played her English tutor, and me and Will had an on and off again relationship, but we broke up because Ashley case education comes first. And so that was a thing. I also had a spin-off of the show That's So Raven called That's So Magpie, where Raven could see into the future, but I could see into the past, and we had a crossover episode. I was a nerd. So essentially, yes, I did a lot of writing, and I used to live in imaginary worlds. I used to come home from school, and I got bullied a lot in school, and sometimes when your real life isn't that great, you make up a life for yourself. And I would always write about, like, I wrote this short story where Oprah Winfrey was my auntie, and I was babysitting her dogs and looking after them in her mansion while she got a boob job. And while I was there, all these celebrities came over, like the cast of Friends, and I used to have house parties with Joey, and that was like my world. I would come home from school and write about the TV world or the fake world I was living in my brain. So I can relate to this fantasy genre. Definitely. No, thank you for digging that up.
Oh my God.
That was a very good question. Ooh, is it
I love all of that.
great? Thanks, guys. Thanks for having me.
Quick picture film.
Of course. Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you.
Bye.